Hey, good morning, everybody. Coming up on this hour of San Antonio Living, Diane Gottsman is with us this morning. She's our etiquette expert. This morning, we're talking about big city etiquette, how to act out there in the real world. We'll have tips for you from our very own etiquette expert in just a few minutes. Thank you very much, Diane. After that, we're going to be talking about retirement truths. Fact or fiction? We're going to run down some truths, some false things that you may have heard about retirement. Author Julia Valentine is here with us, and she's got some very important information for you before you retire. We'll have that in just a bit. After that, it's an inspiring Mother's Day story. Look at these two cute little twins. Well, they had a very big adventure as they made their way into the world. We'll tell you their story in just a few minutes. Too cute. After that, a restaurant right here in San Antonio will be featured on an upcoming episodes of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. They are very well known for their delicious meatballs. We'll tell you all about Moroccan Bites in just a bit. It's all ahead. San Antonio Living starts now.
Fun, fresh, informative, from the heart of downtown. You're watching San Antonio Living on 4 WOAI.
Welcome back to San Antonio Living. Wafa's still in the kitchen finishing those meatballs, and she wanted to wish her very special niece, Rita, a happy birthday. So I hope you're watching, Rita. Thanks for letting your auntie come by and cook for us. All right. Oh, you are so welcome. Etiquette. We've all got to have etiquette, especially when traveling to big cities. So Diane Gottsman is joining us this morning with a couple of important tips. How are you? It's good to see you.
Thank you.
I just returned from a trip about a few hours ago. I had to go to a wedding this weekend in Lexington, and I spent most of my weekend on an airplane. So I know all about etiquette, and it was a very busy traveling day. So we're talking about big city etiquette this morning. Questions that you have if you're planning to travel to a big city, if you're going to be on a plane with a big city. So let's start with the airplane. What kind of things do I need to know?
Well, now we're going to talk about some of the dirtiest parts of the airplane.
Oh, let me see if I've touched these places. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, have you touched the back seat? Did you dig in that back pocket?
I did, because I was looking at the Hemispheres magazine, and I love the Sky Mall.
Yeah, well, they say that's one of the dirtiest parts of the plane.
Oh, really?
Did you know that, I just read the statistics, there is 100 times more likely a chance that you're going to get sick on an airplane than you are just an everyday.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. It just smells sick on the airplane. It really does.
So you're not supposed to dig in the back of that back seat because people put their tissues in there and they put their diapers. Not good etiquette. No.
Okay, let's talk about the blanket on the airplane. Oh, never get one.
You know, no. Never get one because we don't know where they've been. So bring an extra sweater and cover yourself. Bring another sweater to use as a pillow.
Right.
You know, because you want to sleep.
Yeah, you don't want to use the airplane pillow. Okay, now I think I'm going to come down with a cold right after I talk about all these things. Tray tables. You know, I love your tip because you say bring a wipey and wipe everything down. I didn't even think about that.
And I know we could just go crazy thinking about all of the germs.
Right.
Okay, except just be vigilant and bring a little wipe and clean the sides of the armrest and the table.
Very smart.
Even the seatbelt buckles. Okay, I hadn't even thought about that.
Okay, bottled water on the airplane, always a must.
Well, bring your own bottle on because they say that in that holding tank there is a possibility of bacteria. And that also means if you have coffee, where did they get that water from? That same holding tank?
Ooh, gross.
Yeah. So
okay, I had a Diet Coke, so we're all right. Okay, and I wiped off the little thingamajigger. Okay, let's see.
The can?
You wiped off the can? I wiped off the can.
That's good.
I did. Yeah, my mama taught me to do that. Airplane bathroom. Just a beautiful spot.
You know what?
Love the airplane bathroom.
Go before you go. That's all I can say.
And then hold it.
I just can't even fathom going into those tiny little cubicles, and they're supposed to be very dirty.
Yucky. Okay, let's see what another. Oh, in-flight magazines. And this is interesting because I love the Sky Mall. I love that. I find so many great things in the Sky Mall magazine. However, when I pulled mine out of the seat pocket, it was all crumply and yucky and like wet and moist, and I mean, Lord knows.
Okay, my point. So bring your own magazine.
Okay, yucky. Okay, security floor. What about that?
You know, it's just gross, isn't it? And what can we do about it? Because we need security. And we need that security. So they say to wear socks. But then I want to know, what do you do with the socks when you take those off? You know, I tend to think, You just kind of wing it.
Disposable socks, maybe? We
that
can
could be
that.
That could be some money for
Don't
us.
tell anybody, but we just came up with that. Okay, and airport water fountains, also a bastion of
There's
yuckiness.
so many people. But you know, you think about schools and all kinds of other water fountains. You know, you can only do as much as you got to do. But that bottled water that you buy.
Okay, just use your bottle. So now that we've made it through the traveling part, imagine we're in the big city, and there's a lot of things that happen in the big city that might be different for us, you know, not big city folks. Let's talk about that revolving door, the one that always goes round and round and round. Who goes in? How do you get in those things? And what's proper etiquette?
Traditionally, the man would go through first to help us frail little women.
Okay.
But, you know, nowadays, whoever arrives first, just get in. Now, men can say, still, here, let me get in and help you push.
Okay.
And I was thinking the other day, oh, my goodness, I can push this on my own. I was in Chicago. I could barely push that thing. And I'm
Some of
pretty
them are heavy.
They're heavy.
Yeah.
But we don't want to act weak. You know, we're
No.
just going to push and make it through.
Okay, elevators, the do's and don'ts of where to stand in the elevator, when it's too full, all that good stuff.
Take your corners. When you get in, if there's only two of you, move across from each other.
Okay.
And by the way, when you walk in and there is a crowded elevator, don't face that person. Turn around and look at the elevator door.
Okay, don't stand face to face. That's uncomfortable.
And the more crowded it gets, the skinnier you get.
This is true.
Keep your body close to its side.
Okay, yeah, the crowded elevator.
And if
is
you're closest
very
to the buttons,
interesting.
you push.
You're the pusher?
You're the pusher.
Yeah, that's right. You can say, can I get number 5, please? And do. Okay, when you're on the elevator and it gets to where you go, who gets off? Like, do you get off for everybody, even if it's not your floor?
Well, you can move over a little bit if somebody, or you might have to get off if it's really crowded.
Okay.
So whoever is closest to the door is going to get out first if that's their floor. You're not going to wait for the woman to get off first and she's way in the back.
Okay. This one I love. I've always wondered about this. The taxi. What's the best seat, and who should sit in the front seat of the taxi?
Okay, the junior executive is going to sit in the front seat of the taxi. Did you know in business, the junior exec hails the cab, he pays for the cab, and he gets the worst seat, which is either the front seat or way over by the street, because the executive, the most important person, gets closest to the curb, so he can or she can get in last and get out first.
I had no idea.
Now you know.
I don't travel with any junior executives. It's just me, Diane. Well, thank you. Very good information. If you've got etiquette questions, you can check in with Diane Gottsman at the Protocol School of Texas, psotx.com, dianegottsman.com, or give her a call at 826-7400.